Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Cool's Reviews and our final episode of Shark Week 2025 as we actually take a look at Shark Week Night 7, which actually only had two brand new episodes this time rather than the usual three. Those two were Attack of Devil Shark and Battle for Shark Mountain. Again, I went in blind with these ones, so I really didn't have a lot of background knowledge or any really idea of what they were going to be about. With Attack of Devil Shark, we'll go there first since it was the first episode. I think, a little bit worried that it was going to strive more into the voodoo paranormal kind of fake Shark Week show that we had before. But luckily, this one doesn't. It does actually have some really cool lore and mythology around the devil shark, but it is also going around looking for a real shark that turns out to be a tiger shark. And again, I really do love tiger sharks, so super super cool to see the tiger shark getting some love here again. It's definitely gotten a couple episodes, or at least been showcased in a couple, but there were some really big tigers in this one. I will say overall, it wasn't my favorite episode. I don't think so. I would say this one's probably more, again, along the lines of a five or a six. It's okay, but it just never reaches those heights that I think I really wanted it to. And again, I don't know what I was expecting, but it didn't make me feel like just that high or the excitement or whatever you want to call it from watching it. I felt interested and intrigued, but it didn't really make me go above and beyond. It just kind of gave me, I guess, what I was looking for. I wasn't disappointed or nothing like that. And like I said, it does give you some really cool shots of tiger sharks. So I don't know. This one, I'd still recommend. Again, with it being the final night, you kind of don't really expect much. Like, you didn't expect the best episode to come out this night. And honestly, it's been more of a Shark Week thing as of late. To go all 7 days used to be that they'd go through Thursday, I think. And then the last 2 days were kind of like reruns and stuff of older episodes. So at least something cool this year was having it every day. And it's, again, been super fun talking to each of you guys every day, just on my thoughts about each episode. And so that brings us to the finale episode of Shark Week 2025, Battle for Shark Mountain. Again, I didn't know what I was getting into. Part of me thought this was going to be like a pseudo competition, like which shark was the king of the mountain. So you're thinking you're going to get all the big apex, the big, you know, shark names. You're going to have great whites, tigers, bulls, maybe some oceanic white tips, and see which ones are actually the king of the shark kingdom or something. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. But it turns out, no, it's about bull sharks and hunting strategy. And they're looking at a certain type of fish that actually will fight back. They kind of got these battering type of heads. So I guess what you would picture from a Pachycephalosaurus, where it's ramming, they kind of expect them to do this with the bull sharks and ramming them in the gills and stuff and driving them away. And this episode, I think, was pretty good. A good way to leave off Shark Week 2025. Again, it didn't reach the 8 out of 10, but I think it was a solid enough episode. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And to have now 2 nights with bull shark specific episodes, super cool. Again, this is something I have been asking for, is just a little bit more diversity in the shark roster that we've been having, because a lot of them were great white sharks, which again, super cool sharks. I love great whites. Just there's so many awesome sharks in the world. I'd love to get some more episodes on more of them. Granted, some of them live in conditions and environments that make it hard for us to film any long form documentary or anything like that about, but it was nice. The final night had 2 episodes that focused only on one shark, and neither of them were the great white. So really, really nice there. The bull sharks in this one, super cool. I think if you know what a bull shark looks like, they are just so distinct in the body shape. Like once you know, you can pick them out. It's like I know I've been saying throughout these that I would see a lemon shark swimming around because they do kind of have a very kind of specific body shape that actually has been sort of in the news because it is the body shape that has been theorized for now what megalodon may look like. Again, there's so many studies going back and forth, and until we were to happen to find that 1 in a million well preserved megalodon, or at least I know we've gotten some sharks where you can kind of see the outline. Unless we were to ever get one like that with megalodon, we probably won't ever know. So it's always going to be a really highly educated guess. But yeah, right now, lemon sharks were in the news because that's kind of what people are thinking maybe a megalodon would have actually looked like. But yeah, the whole thing was cool. Followed the fish for a long time, so I could see how people may not like it because it's again not the sharks. But for me, it's a type of fish I didn't know about, so it was fun to learn about. And I do love bull sharks, and it was cool to see them more in that type of environment. I think a lot of times when we see them in these documentaries and stuff, they're up close to shore and very shallow, murky waters. Now, granted, the waters weren't super clear, but much more clear. They're deep water, and that's something we also got with the bull shark showdown episode, where the Australian ones were in actually pretty deep looking water. Again, I don't know because we weren't there. I'm not sure how deep that one was, but you couldn't see the bottom. So it's cool to see him just a little bit out of that stereotypical image of the environment they live in. And yeah, solid ending. 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's a shorter episode today because there's only 2 episodes, and yeah, I'm a little bummed. What are we gonna do now going forward? I think we'll have to do more of these. I've really enjoyed just sitting down and giving my thoughts after watching something that maybe doesn't fit in with the Cools reviews like what we normally do with the whole team, or definitely the Cools deep dives, but just something I want to talk about because I'm interested in it and I love sharks. So I'm sure you guys have seen more and more shorts popping up about sharks or shark related videos. It's not going to stop. I definitely plan on doing more. Just not sure when, but just stay tuned, you guys. If you like this, let me know, and let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to talk about in these like short Cools reviews episodes, or what kind of shark type videos would you like me to talk about. I'm always open to hearing about what you guys want, because of course we're not going to be here without your guys' support, and so any way we can give back some stuff you're actually looking for, that's what I want to do. That's why we're here, to entertain you guys. So thank you guys for taking this Shark Week journey 2025. I had a blast. If you guys really do want, it might not be this week just because of the schedule and everything we have to get done, but I wouldn't mind looking back at all these episodes and doing a tier list and saying where each one ranks. So maybe next week or something, if you guys are interested, I'll go back and do that. But for now, that's been Shark Week 2025. Looking forward to what 2026 has to offer. And if you guys want to hear more about Shark Week, or at least me talking about Shark Week, click that link to your left. It's pretty much all the Cools reviews as of late are Shark Week stuff. For more about us here at Cools Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, like I said, what do you guys want to see from us in the future? Tell us in the comments below.